It could be the start of a full-scale war between Israel and Iran. This is what happened in the Negev just a little while ago. Rockets coming in, Israeli air defense systems going up like the Iron Dome, intercepting and causing those explosions. The sirens going off even in Jerusalem for several hours earlier tonight.
It would appear that Iran has started their barrage of bombings. We'll see where this goes. This is ongoing. What's going on, everyone? Make Electric. Welcome back to another edition of the Jericho Report. Sunday, the 14th of April, 2024. We didn't have a doom for the eclipse, but it certainly seems now we have missiles flying all over the place. My Operation Blackjack gut feeling is kind of leveled at this point. And we'll wait and see what comes of it. I'm sure Israel's going to retaliate. The U.S. probably retaliate if and when Iran attacks our people over there. I mean, it could turn into full-blown, I don't know. As always, though, the first link below will take you over to the Patreon. I got a ton of news to give you here. Let's just go over the headlines on GLP at this hour real quick. Let me refresh the page. This is pretty much, this all has to do with Iran. I mean, it's nothing but news out of Iran and Israel at this point. There's other news going on, though. We'll get into that stuff in the World War III news. CDC sends new health alert over bird flu in the U.S. This is from Epoch Health. Got several of these. CDC warned state leaders to have up-to-date operational plans for bird flu in humans. Here comes round two. I don't know. Pasteurization may not kill bird flu in milk, says experts. So the cows are getting it, and they may not be able to kill it when they, pasteurize the. You got this here: ground up chicken waste feed to cattle may be behind bird flu outbreak in U.S. cows. Going after the food supply or what? Other stuff here. We got an announcement from the WHO. Just listen to this a little bit.
Over the past few weeks, there have been several reports of mammals, including minks, otters, foxes, and sea lions, having been infected with H5N1 avian influenza.
Let's get to the important part.
Interact. WHO is also continuing to engage with manufacturers to make sure that, if needed, supplies of vaccines and antivirals would be available.
Oh, I bet they will be. Former 7 Sunrise reporter dies suddenly. Don't know what happened. Mysterious, baffling. Basketball great dies in South Australia. People are baffled. He died at the game or on the field, something like that. Nothing, no what happened. O.J. Simpson, football star. He had cancer, but was it, did it progress because of XYZ? I have no idea, but he dies at 76. Pulling to that, cancer rates rising in young people due to accelerated aging, new study finds. Highly troubling. Highly troubling. Baffling. We don't know what's happening or what is causing this. Not a clue. Not a clue at all. It's all but this one thing. Cancer-causing forever chemicals found in Band-Aids. Maybe it's the Band-Aid. O.J. Simpson, did you use Band-Aids? They're going to kill you. Put a link to that. Got one more here. Are you living in a secret forever chemical hotspot? Interactive map shows parts of the U.S. where cancer-causing toxins most common in drinking water. Well, the drinking water is toxic pretty much no matter where you go, but there's a map there. I only got one in politics news. I don't have any Joe Biden or Donald Trump news this week, but I do have, look, the somebodies, probably the ones that weren't poisoned, who showed up at the White House dinner. Of course, you got the usual suspects. You got, oh, look at that. Wasn't he the one? All the ones that are, basically talking shit about Trump, they're all invited to the White House dinner. All's well, and back to our brandy. Over to financial news, another crazy week in the markets. Let's see how the Dow ended up on Friday. The Dow Jones on Friday fell 475 points. However, for the week, the Dow was down 920 points. What was it like? Down 1,000 last week? Where to close? 37. Back below 38, 37.9, 83. I will put a link to the market recap data. The next several weeks, we could see $300 billion of liquidity leaving the system. I'm not quite sure what that means, but it doesn't sound good. I'll put a link to that. U.S. national debt interest exceeds defense spending. I do know what that means. Put a link to that. Trump media stock plummets as experts warn possible securities fraud, reports raw story. Planet Fitness not having a good time. Well, they don't want wangers on Glass Delanca. I mean, people are expressing you don't have to pay these assholes. Pretty much destroyed company founder. Speculation of boycott, cancellation as well. You should have addressed people's grievances. Now you're going to go down in flames. Your fault. Did you not pay attention to what happened to Bud Light? San Francisco proposal would allow lawsuits over a grocery store closure. They're trying to get grocery stores to have to give like a 6 months notice before they close their store. Okay, are the politicians going to reimburse this 6 months that these stores have to stay open? All of the thievery and all of the loss that they're taking due to theft. Just saying, they should be compensated for some of that if you're going to force them to stay open. Democratic Congresswoman suggests black people exempt from taxes for reparations. You don't want black people to pay taxes as a form of Seriously? You're not special just because of your skin color. We're all slaves to the New World Order, bitch. Get it right. Put a link to that. NYC to pay $17.5 million, forcing Muslim women to remove hijabs during mugshot. Oh, how dare you? Were your feelings hurt? Horrifying moment, 82-year-old Oklahoma man covers himself in gasoline to avoid eviction. I don't know what precipitated that, but people are on their wits' ends, man. You got this squatter has been granted a restraining order in another state, Washington State. If you live, look at this. The squatter gets a restraining order against the homeowner.
The Woodbridge neighborhood, there are dozens of protesters.
How can this be?
Ready for a massive rally.
Got a link on that, and we got a couple here. Check it out.
You can kind of put anyone in jail if you know what to do. How? Does the Bureau practice entrapment a lot? Yeah, we get really.
You got an FBI / now CIA agent reveals how they worked to put Alex Jones in bankruptcy. Alex, respond to this a little bit of his response.
But now that this has come out, this is a FBI agent, a CIA boss. He's a contract manager over large contract operation. That's a boss. That's like a mini section chief, saying all of this and admitting all of this like it's no big deal. He needs to be subpoenaed by Congress.
Do you think anybody will be held accountable for any of it? Over to New World Order and Police State News, where I stopped and asked you, please share this report. There's a lot coming up people need to know about. Since we're talking about Alex Jones, Justin Trudeau just gave up his name here.
Misinformation and disinformation. Any responsible leader that receives an endorsement and support from proven conspiracy theorist and liar Alex Jones would have immediately...
Take it as a badge of honor, Alex. I know you do. Weaponization of federal government growing down in the states. Yeah, Congressman. Do you think? No, not the weaponization of federal. Give me a break. The FBI quietly releases unclassified Ashley Babbitt while Americans were distracted by the solar eclipse. Yeah, they put out a report on Ashley Babbitt. You want to check that out? Rest in peace. Congress gives itself a carve-out. Check it out. FISA 702 warrantless spying on Americans, but the bill requires the FBI notify and seek consent of Congress before violating the privacy of congressmen. Well, because they're above the law, clearly. I mean, do you mind if we investigate? No, okay, I guess we can't. Okay, put a link to it. In the future, we may, with more mind reading, thanks to neurotech, we may need to rethink the freedom of thought. Yeah, Ministry of Information, the Department of Pre-Crime. We're going to rethink all this stuff because now, especially with the chips they're going to put in everyone's brains, and I'm a conspiracy theorist. Video shows 15. Oh, I got a few stories here that I wasn't sure to classify them as strange and bizarre or police state. I'm having trouble calling police state on these because if you look at these videos, 15-year-old boy holding a toy gun being shot by an Ohio cop. Check this out. Now you tell me. Now hang on, let me unmute it here. He gets out of the car.
Hey, it's fake! Shots fired! Shots fired! It's fake! It's fake!
Let's watch this again.
Where are you coming from? Can I see your hands real quick? Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, it's fake! Shots fired! Shots fired! It's fake! It's fake! It's fake! It's fake! It's fake! Shots fired! Drop to the ground! Drop to the ground! Drop to the ground! It's fake! Drop to the ground! Drop to the ground!
Wait till you see the gun.
It's fake! It's fake! I promise. Hands behind your back.
He couldn't have known it was fake. All he saw was a gun pointed in his direction.
Oh, my hand hurts. Bro, I'm paying for my head, bro. Let's get him medical treatment. Listen, I want to.
You tell me you're a cop and you see somebody point that at you, what are you going to do? Again, hard time calling police state on this. Chicago officers fired 96 times in 41 seconds. The Dexter Reed traffic stop. Have you seen this? Check this out.
Roll that one down too. Hey, don't roll the window up. Don't roll the window up.
The tactical unit said that Dexter Reed was curbed in this SUV because he wasn't wearing a seatbelt, an incident that prompted Reed to open fire on police. The 26-year-old was already facing illegal gun charges at the time he was pulled over. Had police found the gun in his car, Reed might well have returned to jail. Instead, authorities say he opened fire and they returned 96 shots. At least 50 fired by a 23-year-old rookie officer.
In a use of deadly...
Story is he fired on them first, and he was already out on bond on a gun charge, and he had a gun with him, and a car with fully tinted windows, and how do I call police state on that? Footage shows surprise police fatality, shooting man during, another difficult one. They're saying he was raising a gun to the officer.
And sir,
Don't come in, boss. Don't go.
Officers attempted life-saving measures. However, Ledesma passed away on the scene.
That sucks. There had to be another way to handle that. It's difficult to call police state on it, but someone's dead. And dead of their own stupid decisions, yes, but there's got to be a better way to do things, man. Anyway, I got some immigration news here. I'm getting Death to America was trending on Monday.
I wake up this morning and I see Death to America's trending. Take a look. There it is right there, number 17, and it's in Michigan. Let's take a look.
All of your shouts upon the head of America.
And you know, these people coming across the border, terrorists using mafia-like tactics to plan coordinated attacks on U.S., FBI chief warns. You think? Huh, no. It's nothing but women and children coming across the border. What's the matter with me? Now, this here, I don't know about. Tunisian asylum seeker in Germany, well-known criminal, harasses Italian women with a knife and then tries to flee. I don't know if that's actually what we're looking at. He's definitely trying to go down, but something happens and he loses his, I'm just going to stop it right there. It's kind of graphic. I don't know. And I got one at the bottom. Arizona abortion law, what to know. Total ban, near total ban from 1864, restored by state Supreme Court. Abortion is only legal now if it's a life change, if it's a life to save the woman's life. What happens if she was raped? What happens if your thoughts? I mean, my thoughts when it comes to abortion. What do I think about abortion? I don't, because it's not my fucking business to tell someone else what they should do. I believe in freedom and liberty. I mean, you people that want to sit in judgment of people making questionable decisions, like you never made a questionable decision in your life. Give me a break. There's not one person walking the earth that's perfect. And for you to say that it should be X, Y, Z because your book said so or because you think this is wrong, guess what? If they're wrong in the end, then they're going to have to suffer the consequences. It's none of your fucking business. That's just my view. Over to World War III news. Like I said, we got Iran. Let's see what the latest is over here. I got a screen over here that's got all the MSM going. U.S. sees Iran's attack disproportionate. I guess they're saying they did more damage than they should have. Iran launches more than 200 missiles at drones at Israel. Of course, most of them intercepted by... I'm not seeing any reports of damage. A lot of it's been intercepted by the Iron Dome and all that kind of stuff. But I did have some stuff bookmarked before this happened. I'm just going to give you what Israel bracing for unprecedented direct attack against Iran. That's obviously ongoing. Israel reports suggest that Iran targets strategic facilities. I got one here. They're talking about EMP possibly is going to be the retaliatory strike against Iran, maybe? We got U.S. issues travel warning for Israel. Iran attack believed to be imminent. Of course, this is all ongoing. I'll give you this stuff anyway. I already had it bookmarked. Biden administration fears Iran might target U.S. forces over Israel strike from the intercept. So I haven't heard anything about U.S. forces being targeted at this hour. U.S. crude oil gains as Israel reportedly prepares to attack Iran. Of course, gas prices are going to go up. The day of nuclear Armageddon. Newly declassified documents reveal minute-by-minute detail of what the end of the world would be like, and those who were vaporized instantly by the atomic bomb will be the lucky ones. Isn't that lovely? Just an article for you to consider. Got a few more here. Military chiefs scramble to rush UK's new laser death ray into service amid fears of Russian missiles and drones. Laser death ray. Microsoft start. Another one from them. U.S. announces $138 million more monies for emergency military sales of Hawk missile systems to support Ukraine. $138 million more monies. But Chuck Schumer says that's just not enough. He's saying the biggest reason Ukraine is losing a war because hard-right Congress paralyzed the United States from acting. Let's see.
As the Congress gavels back into session, I also urge Speaker Johnson and House Republicans to snap out of their paralysis and pass the Senate's National Security Supplemental. The situation in Ukraine is desperate. Speaker John.
Yeah, the $50 trillion we've already given them is just not enough. America needs to do more. I'm sure I'm sure he doesn't have a problem putting food on his fucking table. Labor HQ been drenched in blood by pro-Palestinian protesters. Got some of this stuff here. People spraying up the building. Property damage. I mean, I understand they're making a statement, but Jesus. Hamas defector tells pro-Palestinian activists that they belong in a mental asylum. I got a link on that. And I got one at the bottom. The U.S. Air Force is bringing a 40-year-old supersonic bomber out of mothballs because I guess we can't afford to buy a new one. I'll be keeping an eye on the Iran situation. I'll throw out alerts and stuff as needed on Twitter and Facebook, so make sure you follow me on other places to get those the YouTube feed and stuff like that, if I think something you need to know about. Over to Earth changes in 2012 news now. Had a couple quakes on the 9th. You had a 6.5. On the 9th, you had a 6.1. A lot quieter week this week. I'll put a link to the earthquake. Yeah, I didn't see too much on volcanoes. We did have an update on the solar eclipse. Mother who threw 2 kids on the freeway, killing her infant, appeared agitated by impending eclipse. Heartbreaking story. I don't know what's going on here. If it was indeed she was stressed out about the eclipse, I don't know. That sucks. So European court rules human rights violated by climate inaction. Climate inaction, violation of human rights. Arizona, speaking of human rights, governor legalizes human composting as eco-friendly alternative to burial and cremation. I would really love people's opinion on that. What do you think about that? Human composting as eco-friendly alternative. Human tomatoes? Put a link to it. Update on the bridge strike. Tests on the fuel delivered to the ship before bridge crash showed it was safe, so it wasn't a fuel problem, they're saying. Put a link to that. We did have another container ship crash into cranes off the Turkey, and that's happened back in March, but I'm not sure if I reported on it or not, so I just wanted to make sure that I included this, that there was a ship that hit some cranes, this before the bridge incident, but be advised, we also had another container ship. Engine loses power outside NYC, comes to a stop near the Verrazano Bridge. Don't know what's going on there. Put a link to that. We got more planes and shit. Southwest jet makes emergency landing after engine cover falls off. Got some video of this here. Let's see.
Tonight, the stunning moment. Part of the engine cover rips off a Southwest flight as frightened passengers look on.
Planes and shit. Put a link to that. Harvard professor claims that UFOs could have traveled to Earth via extra dimensions that CERN scientists are trying to unlock. I wouldn't put that out of the realm of possibility at all. Who knows what the hell they're doing over at CERN. Put a link to that. And speaking of CERN, Peter Higgs, the Higgs boson, physicist who theorized the Higgs boson, died at 94. Rest in peace. Was his work, what do you feel about it? I mean, I didn't know the guy. You know, I love science, and I love that they're trying to figure things out, but I'm not into all of the dark shit that I know that they're trying to do. I mean, what's the symbol for CERN? The god of death? So, I don't know. And I got one at the bottom. This will make you chuckle. Congressman Sheila Jackson Lee says the moon is made out of gas and the sun is almost too hot to go near.
Unique light and energy so that you have the energy of the moon at night, and sometimes you've heard the word full moon. Sometimes you need to take the opportunity just to come out and see a full moon is that complete rounded circle, which is made up mostly of gases. And that's why the question is why or how could we as humans live on the moon? Are the gases such that we could do that? The sun is a mighty powerful heat. It is almost impossible to go near the sun. The moon is more manageable, and you will see in a moment.
The sun is an all-powerful heat, and we can almost not get next to it. But the moon is gas, so we can't live there. Over to strange and bizarre news. I got some strange. Be advised, there's upsetting news coming up. I'll probably get worked up. A couple of these are really like, wow. Let's just start off with man steals his own SUV. Yes, this happened in my area. This was a guy took his, picture this guy takes his SUV to the shop. He says he wants to test drive it after he made the repairs. So the technician wouldn't want them on a test drive. On the test drive, he has him pull over, quick trip, and then pulls the gun on him, tells him to get out of the car, and takes his car without paying. I mean, I don't understand. I mean, they know who the guy is. I don't know what he thinks he's getting away with. Anyway, put a link to that. Customer shoots Chipotle worker over guacamole dispute in Michigan. I just said a loss for words. Women in NYC are posting TikToks about getting, apparently more and more people getting punched in the face randomly. I don't know what's going on there. DA files dozen charges. Oh, check this out.
30-year-old Lisa Jones is now facing vandalism charges for allegedly vandalizing a dozen cars with bricks through LA County. She's accused of going on a spree between February 21st and March 29th. Jones has pleaded not guilty in her arraignment last.
She's out to destroy other people's property. I don't understand the mentality of it. Former Howard Stern show writer arrested after repeatedly hitting man. I don't know these people. This is the lady here. This is the guy. In fact, I think, yeah, we got the video on this. And then play a little bit of this.
Wanna Pussy donated $3.
I guess it announces when.
Look at this loudmouth baboon your daddy would be proud. What happened to
I guess they're doing a rolling vlog, and she's like beating up on him the whole time. You watch the whole video. I'm not gonna play it all, but she's like poking at him and smacking him around. And
from Alipur is sending of women.
You play with them
pictures.
And then,
Texting when he texted me as well. So I'm just gonna.
and then he finally has enough. He's about to have enough. Hang on.
Yeah, what's up?
Delete the number, please.
Enough. So he got her to pull over, got out of the car. I don't know those people. I don't know what's going on there. It was a weird. Littleton Police. Oh, this one here. Look. Public school bus aide fired. I'm at a loss for words.
Now at 5 video, the parents of a young boy want you to see in hopes that it'll force change. Their son
What is wrong with this woman?
On a school bus. Now an aide on that bus, Kiara Jones, faces assault charges. This family feels the Littleton School District didn't do enough when they first
play the
started
video.
noticing.
Play it. Why do they want to keep us from it? No. People need to see this shit. This twisted bitch.
Sweet boy could have been stopped.
Dax's mom says she noticed strange bumps and bruises on her son months ago.
Anyway, kids getting. I gotta leave it at that because I'm gonna just go off. And oh my God, cruel hunter parades tortured wolf with tape around its mouth before taking wounded animal outside and killing it. I would like to do the same thing to you, sir. What did that wolf do to you? You deserve to be tortured to death. Seriously. Serious! Yes, I'm fucking serious. Look at the picture! You're a twisted motherfucker, you know that? Rihanna, slammed. I told you that was, man. Magazine cover, she's playing the nun. Meanwhile, the Satanic Temple gets firebombed. I apologize, I need to just get this over with. 14-year-old woman posing as 14-year-old to molest middle school boys. More of that going on. I got one at the bottom here. Apparently Ben Affleck's daughter is now
Hello,
Finn.
my name is Finn Affleck. I'm reading verse 8.
And they're reading verses 5. For all the news, I've only favorited a couple of videos this week. New Dark Forces let loose on the world. Great video there, less than a minute, from Naomi Wolf. In fact, can we watch it? Let's watch it. You also got the traffic stop from Chicago, 31 minutes long. I don't advise it, which is very upsetting. And then this is all stuff that I had on here last week. Let's just hear what Naomi Wolf has to say here for a second. If it'll load.
The lockdowns targeted everything that's best about us as human beings.
Yes.
Prayer, singing, family, intimacy.
Physical contact.
Physical touch, physical contact, community. When I saw that happening around the world in identical language, all at the same time, I realized from my study of history that's not possible.
Yes.
Human history doesn't work that way.
Yes.
There are always dissidents inside, right? Or there are always factions. You don't get lockstep evil all over the world in concert with merely human efforts. I also just felt that the world had something new let loose on it. It just felt like these dark forces had been let loose that had not been on the planet.
I felt the same thing.
My whole life, and I saw that this was evil, right? I saw that it was like so impressive that it was beyond human capacity. I concluded that I believed in God more literally than I had because the evil aimed at him was more literal than I'd ever witnessed before. So it must be aimed at something that really exists.
There is an evil in this world. And I cry for this world every day. You might think, oh, some crazy guy on the camera getting upset about, hey, as an emotional person, as someone who suffers from depression and different things, it's hard to I'm just going to go through these shout-outs. James Woods said it really well. Shout out to James Woods. When you're sick, they'll force you to take vaccines. When you're unemployed, they'll force you on the dole. When you refuse to coddle insanity, they'll arrest you for hate speech. When you question their cheating, they'll sue you and incarcerate you. When you tell the truth, they'll censor you. When you protect your household, they'll enable invaders and squatters. When you try to tell your loved ones, they'll fill the streets with criminals. Defend your loved ones. When you ask for voter ID, they'll harvest fake ballots and laugh in your face. The only mistake the Founding Fathers made was making the Second Amendment, I'm so upset I can't see the words properly on the screen. I get this focus thing. Definitely should have been the First Amendment to defend ourselves. So I think that's what James Woods was trying to say there. Shout out to Susanna.
Hey friends, today is April 9th, which means it marks 3 years since I got the Johnson & Johnson shot that absolutely wrecked my life.
She tells her story. Shout out to a message from Japan.
Thank you very much for giving me this valuable opportunity to send my message about a human rights abuse in the time of COVID-19. My name is Masayasu Inoue, Professor Emeritus of Osaka City University Medical School. My specialty is molecular pathology and medicine. The pandemic was used as a false...
Well, I better not play too much of this. Definitely check it out, though. It's 8 minutes, 30 seconds long. Definitely something people need to hear. I apologize. I'm screwing this all up at the end here. I'm not going to reshoot this, though. I'm tired and it's late and I just want to get this up. I'm just so upset about a myriad of different things. You got women throwing their kids on the highway because of the solar eclipse. Maybe there was some psychological damage done to her from all of the media coverage of this supposed doomsday event. I mean, I don't know. We got World War III. Naomi Wolf, The End of America. Go watch it. She wasn't wrong. There's a very dark... It's hard to process it most days. The times that we're living in. Of course, I think a lot of people just ignore it. A lot of people, well, it doesn't affect my life directly today, so why should I care about it? I think that's the general consensus of everyone. Some of us, I don't know why we care about it so much. Maybe we were chosen by some higher power. I don't know. Why have I done this all these years? I don't know. Is it a calling? Did something, I mean, that's all I got. Tell me your thoughts on what's going on. We'll keep an eye on the Iran situation. I'll tweet out anything I think is relevant. Till next week, you guys take care. Stay safe. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for Sunday. What you do. Have a good rest of the weekend. Have a good week. I love you guys very, very much. I'll probably be in tears as I do the editing tonight. I love you guys. I will see you on the next one.